Let's go listen to Cruz and Rayo. David Morrell is going to be taking on a Hot Rod. I always butchered his name, and I've covered him in many fights before. He just fought on Pro Box TV. When was this? Real quick, hold on. He just fought on Pro Box a couple of weeks ago. Was it? Not even 2 weeks ago. He wasn't here today. 29-2, 21 KOs, 32-year-old. He fought Sullivan Barrera. There we go. That was a month ago. Shit, I thought I would beat the shit out of Sullivan Barrera too. Like knocked him out like big time on Pro Box. You can watch that on YouTube. I covered this Artur Beterbiev fight, and it was another fight of his I covered, Marcus Brown. I've been doing this shit way too long. In fact, I think I was at this Marcus Brown fight. What card was this? I was here, wasn't I? I was here. I was at this fight. I was at Spence Algieri. Oh, this is the arena they're going to be fighting in, by the way. So, David Morrell is now moving up to 175 pounds, pretty much saying that he's chasing David Benavidez up there. And all the big fights for him are going to be at that weight. Here, let me let him say what he's going to say.
Long time, unable to get the big fights, moving up to 175 pounds now. Why the move to 175? Is it just because right now the 168 division is locked in?
I'm coming for 175 because and anybody no secret for nothing. Like anybody wants it to scream me, you know. So I'm waiting for 175 for this. Like I don't follow Benavidez too, you know. Like everything's possible. Like for everybody here, you know. For Al Haymon, like this guy, thanks him. Thanks Tszyu like for the opportunity, like for here, you know, I'm here in New York. Yeah, I mean, it's crazy, but like
No, your English is good.
My bad.
It is.
Respondiendo a tu pregunta, o sea, estamos en camino a los 75 por eso, you know.
Who's translating that?
Yes.
Basically, he's saying, you know, he's going up to 175, there's 168. We tried every guy in the top division. Nobody wanted to fight him. It looks like everybody, all the fights are going to be at 75 now with Beterbiev and Bivol. Benavidez going up in weight, and with Morrell, I think they're all going to end up fighting each other. That's the reason I got to thank TstreeT for making this happen, Dr. Khan. You know, for making the best fights. You know, it would never happen if this wouldn't have happened. So I'm very proud to be here at this table and for, you know, to make something great like this happen.
Good luck on August 3rd, David Morrell. I want to speak to this man right at the end there. One of the most skillful.
So, he's vacating his title at 168 pounds because he said nobody wants to fight him. And of course, Canelo's not going to fight him. And now Edgar Berlanga is the mandatory for the WBA for Canelo Alvarez. Canelo Alvarez taking on Jaime Munguia next week. That's next week. That's here. And it's looking like if Canelo wins, he'll be fighting Berlanga in September. But what the hell happened to Devin Haney this weekend? I'm not counting Jaime Munguia out. I'm not saying he's going to beat Canelo. I'm not dare going to say that. Yeah, I know, right? His manager, senior, he was saying what he wanted to say. Morrell didn't say all that, but basically, yes, he's moved up, and now that he's aligned with the Saudis, what I've learned about this is there's a pattern. When you fight for the Saudis once, they're not just signing you for one fight deals. So I wonder how many deals, fights Morrell has. So in reality, this is inching him closer. He's much closer to getting a big fight with the Beterbiev winner than David Benavidez, because they're on the same stable. They're fighting on in June on a Saudi card. So I will not be surprised if we see David Morrell versus Beterbiev, Bivol winner or loser. I will not be surprised. And remember, David Benavidez is fighting as the co-feature, or it's supposed to be a double pay-per-view, but really we know Tank is the main event. Tank Davis versus Frank Martin Jr. 18th. And you have David Benavidez taking on Alexander Volcic, a fight that I don't like. Volcic is not bad. He's a skilled fighter. I was there when Bertabiev beat him up in Philly. But the power of Benavidez and the pressure, and also Volcic fades late. He has a history of that. So I'm picking David Benavidez for that fight. Let me see. Did they talk to Morrell more? I don't remember. Let me check real quick. I don't think they did. There's Berlanga, but we'll talk about him a little bit later. All right, let's go talk about Isaac Cruz versus Jose Rayo Valenzuela.
As a comeback fight, he's a dangerous.
Tszyu.
Andy Cruz is on the card against Antonio
Why
Moran.
do you believe in him so much?
You know, I think he proved his quality.
Big opportunity against a man that a lot of people are avoiding in Isaac Cruz. Was there any hesitation in taking the fight?
First and foremost, I'd like to thank God, Al Haymon, PBC, for this great opportunity.
Thank you, Al Haymon.
And no, I was in camp already getting ready for Edwin. This big opportunity presented itself, and I took it, no questions asked. It's been a dream of mine since I was 10 to become world champion. And what better than to do it with a Mexican countryman, Isaac Cruz.
You are a 135er. You will be moving up to 140 for this one. Happy? That means you can have a couple of extra meals in the lead up to the fight, or was you always going to go to 140?
Lately, I've been eating a bit more in the gym, and I've been feeling great. More energy, more power. So, you know, I'm big for the 35 division. So I think this is the move I needed that I didn't even know.
All right, let's speak to your opponent, the Pitbull, Isaac Cruz. Firstly, Isaac, congratulations. I can see the gold right there. You're now a world champion. How does it feel to be a world champion?
Esta es tu primera vez sentado en
Different style of opponents over the years, and you seem to have handled them all very well. What do you make of Valenzuela as an opponent stylistically for you?
¿Cómo se siente ser un oponente como Valenzuela con su estilo?
Para eso nos vamos a preparar, para descifrar el plan de trabajo para Rayo Valenzuela y darle una gran noche a toda la gente de Los Ángeles.
I've been preparing a lot to confront him and really give a great show to all the people of Los Angeles.
Obviously, I know you and your team won't look past Valenzuela, but there are so many fighters calling you out. Devin Haney is still the WBC champion. Ryan Garcia has called you out as well. Is there a dream fight that you think of for the next year?
Devin Haney sigue siendo campeón en 140 libras, pero últimamente Ryan Garcia también te ha estado criticando. ¿Te interesa a ti una de esas peleas o tienes otra pelea en que sueñas?
A mí me gustaría hacer todo tipo de peleas con todos los grandes nombres, pero ahorita mi mente está enfocada en ganarle a Rayo Valenzuela y mi promotor Sean Gibbons se va a encargar de que se puedan dar esas grandes peleas.
I'm ready for all types of fights with all the best fighters, but right now I'm really focused on Valenzuela, and I trust my promoter Sean Gibbons to give me the best fights that I can.
Sean, you're nodding. You obviously agree. You like his answer. Again, I said at the top, you've had so many fantastic fighters. I mean, this guy you've got here, I mean, his nickname is actually very true. It's the way he fights. He is a pit bull. You must feel good that you've got something special here.
Yeah, you know, we're very blessed that Manny Pacquiao Promotions had never worked with a Hispanic fighter before, and Isaac was the first one we signed, and we've been very, very pleased. Stylistically wise, it doesn't get more exciting than an Isaac Cruz fight.
I feel so bad throwing the question to you. I forgot about your throat. I do apologize, Sean. Look, before we face the fighters off, that is obviously not.
So I like this fight. I have to go with Isaac Cruz. However, I do feel that Rayo does. See, here's the thing: it's those two defeats. One, you know, was by loss, and one was by decision. A lot of people, by the way, thought he won that first Colbert fight. Knocked him out in the second, like ass up, face down. So Cruz, you know, like he's on fire right now. But however, you can't really give him too much stripes for beating up on Rolly, you know? Like you giving him stripes for beating up on Rolly? I'm not. I can't do that. It's like, you know, like no disrespect, but it's like, you know, Rolly has been kind of like a novelty. He's got a lot of confidence, but, you know, a lot of people don't think he should even be in there with some of the guys that he's been fighting. Let that old man beat him up. Cruz put him down. Tank stopped him. Not to miss him. What was the fight? Marinez. He should have lost. So I am going with Cruz. He's going to be at 140, by the way. He was supposed to fight on the undercard of Tank versus Frank Martin, June the 15th. But the Saudis threw some money at him. So what it's looking like is these guys are still Al Haymon fighters. They are. They're still Al Haymon fighters. But it's looking like that Al Haymon or the Saudis have made the pot too sweet and have what do you mean video's not available? Hold on, let me find let me see what's going on here. That made the pot too sweet that Haymon has to let these guys go. And these guys don't just have Haymon as the manager, as the advisor. They have managers and handlers too. So that's what I'm thinking. Is like he's been making these offers, and Al Haymon is just like look, and the manager's like, look, they offering way too much money to turn this down. Because I would have never thought they would let Cruz go. But the money's just been too good to turn down. And it's also a bad look. The fact that Rayo was going to fight on a June card, now fighting in a higher weight on this card 2 months later, something's not going right over at PBC. You know, look at all these fighters all of a sudden, just like, nope, we're out of here. But I think that Al Haymon should have been doing this, like lending his fighters out. I understand that maybe been legal reasons why he couldn't do it because the fighters' contracts are assets, but I think he should have been lending his fighters out. Instead, what was he doing? Having them being inactive and can't take fights anywhere else.